The woman suddenly realized something unbelievable. The shy, awkward boy she used to bully in high school was now the wealthiest man in the city. Just as she was about to approach him, a car came out of nowhere and slammed into her. When she opened her eyes again, she was back in high school. It was the same day, the same school, and right then, he walked past her. The boy she had once looked down on. Her besties, not realizing the shift in her, immediately blocked his path like they used to, dragging him over so she could mock him again. But this time, she didn't. She stared at him with a soft gaze, and gently asked if he could help tutor her. Her friends were stunned. Was she joking? Was this some new way to humiliate him? But she wasn't joking, because in her last life, after a terrible car accident, her own husband, the same man she once loved, chose to settle for money, and gave up on her treatment. Just like that, she was left to die. It was in that moment she realized just how worthless she'd been in his eyes. Luckily, fate had given her another chance. This time, she vowed to rise above it all. The boy who once sat quietly in the corner of class? He'd built an empire from nothing. He was her golden ticket. Not just to success, but to redemption. So she stayed close to him, again asking for help with her studies. But he wasn't so quick to forget the past. After all, she and her friends had bullied him daily. Why would he help now? Her friends, annoyed, tried to pressure him, threatening him like they used to. They even yanked away his backpack, scattering his books. But before he could react, the girl immediately bent down, gently picked up his books, and handed them back. She even apologized. He stared at her, confused. Was this really the same girl? She gave him a pleading look, but before he could answer, a group of thugs strutted over, and leading them was none other than her ex-husband from her past life. The same man who had once let her die, for the sake of money. But this time, she wasn't fooled. She tore off her wig in front of everyone, telling the gang that she was done with them, that she would no longer be a part of their crowd. Back in class, reality hit her hard. She may have changed, but her grades hadn't. Neither she nor her friends were anywhere near college ready. They needed tutoring. They needed him. But she also knew his family was struggling. And then, an idea struck her. That night, she and her friends went to the school field, and using memories from her past life, she performed a dance that hadn't even been invented yet. The crowd went wild. Tips poured in. Even a media company scout approached her, convinced she was about to be a star. But to everyone's surprise, she turned him down. When she glanced at the flyer he handed her, her heart dropped. The date, it was today. She remembered what would happen that night. She grabbed her friends and ran to his house. At that moment, his father was about to sell his son's tuition money to feed a gambling addiction. His mother tried to stop him but was shoved to the ground. The boy arrived home and stepped in. Just as things were about to get violent, she burst through the door. Without hesitation, she and her friends pinned his father down and called the cops. She then rushed to the boy's mother, handed her all the money she'd earned that night, and said it was payment for tutoring. The boy was stunned. As she turned to leave, he suddenly called out to her, blushing. "I'll tutor you," he said quietly. She turned back, smiling brightly.